I am the shadow teacher, and I've had people close to me in my life who've had the misfortune of experiencing intense psychological, emotional abuse and trauma. And a common trait from all of these individuals was disassociation. So essentially, when life and their physical body got so uncomfortable, they would essentially move or disassociate from their physical body. And these individuals would experience memory loss a lot of times when asked to recall certain events in their life when they were disassociating. But this was a survival mechanism to protect them while they were going through and experiencing such suffering. And even people who are not victims of such intense trauma, there is still somewhat of a fragmentation of consciousness. And one of my personal missions for myself is becoming more integrated. It's becoming more grounded and becoming more embodied. And some of that work has led me looking into events in my life that have built the practice of disassociation, the practice of wanting to get out of my body and have my consciousness be somewhere else while my body was experiencing something unpleasant. So I'm finding in the pursuit of meaningful goals that requires an integrated human being. As when we have these fractured pieces of our consciousness that are buried under the surface, much of the time they can compete with our immediate goals, the meaning we're essentially striving to create in the moment, in our current time. And so I've found great value in mining those fractured pieces of consciousness and holding some light on them, hearing their story, giving them some love from the present version of myself. And there still are some obstacles, some meaningful goals right now that I keep running into, or some obstacles that are in the way of some meaningful goals that I keep running into, though there are plenty of meaningful goals that I've attained. And with all the work on behavior and setting practices that are putting me in the direction of these goals, I find I have to do this shadow work and these minings of the fractured pieces of my consciousness. As long as I'm not integrated, then something inexplicable can potentially hold me back. And I find, again, this is the case with other people too. So this is not a video where I'm offering therapy advice. I'm just offering this perspective. If you are someone who is setting a meaningful goal and you're doing all the right things, yet you are encountering resistance and things are just not showing up and manifesting the way that you intended, there might be some more shadow work to do and more integration of this fracturing of our consciousness. As when we're able to own all of ourself, not reject any of it, and be with all of it, all of who we are, then we become sovereign beings. And when we are sovereign beings, we are capable of creating intentionally in this world, as opposed to being part of unintentional, chaotic creation. And that is my wish for me, is to be an intentional creator and be able to manifest the dreams and visions that I hold dear in my heart. And I wish that for you as well. So I'm going to end this transmission. Be strong, be well, and I will see you on the other side, my friends.